Some good news finally came in for Tales of Berseria.
Ooh.
We finally got an English voice trailer last week, and it looks great. And the demo is coming on January 10th.
Nice.
So I'm definitely going to be all over that, an English demo.
Definitely.
Because it means we're finally going to be able to hear the rest of the party in English, hopefully. If it's the same demo as the Japanese one, anyway.
Can finally hear Christina V's great voice.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
I need to tell you guys a story. A story of war.
Oh, this story, okay.
So, 2 weeks ago now, Bandai Namco of Europe finally uploaded a clip of Tales of Berseria in English. And it was just 3 straight cutscenes back to back from the beginning of the game with Velvet, Laface, and Arthur from the beginning of the game where the inciting incident takes place. And it's just 9 straight minutes of cutscene. And so I watch it and I'm enjoying it for the most part. So I put in the comments, asking the comments, what the hell is up? This game has been out in Japan for 4 months now. The game was announced well over a year ago, and there has since the Japanese release date been literally 7 and counting, because they released some trailers post launch of the Japanese version. And this right here is the first official video of the entire game we've seen in English less than a month before launch.
Yeah,
there's something up with that.
That's actually pretty bad.
This can't be a recording thing, because I found out personally from the actors that recorded from Tales of Zestiria that game launched in America in October of 2015. They finished recording that game in autumn of 2014. A full year before the game launched, and a full 4 months before the game launched in Japan. And that game still got delayed from June to October.
So you mean to tell me the game came out first? They finished recording the game in English before the game came out in Japan. The game came out in Japan, but still out in America?
No, I'm talking about specifically Zestiria. That game came out in January of 2015 in Japan. It came out in October. There
we go.
Oh, nice. You actually got that to work. It came out in October of 2015 in America, a full 9 months after the Japanese release date, when it was originally planned to, and I quote, be released within 6 months of the Japanese launch. And even though it got delayed, they still had a trailer in time for E3. There was 2 or 3 trailers in total in English for that game before it launched. We are a month before Berseria's launch, and we've only had up until 2 weeks ago, we'd only had the 1 video. Last week they launched an actual trailer on Bandai Namco America's page. And thank fucking Christ, I'm drunk on the delusion that I refuse to believe that they pre-made that. I refuse to believe that it was pre-made. They had to have put that together within a week, thanks to all of my bitching, because I got Namco Bandai Europe to respond directly to me, because they're on this bullshit high horse saying, well, it doesn't matter that we have so many trailers in Japanese, because most of our fan base prefers the game in Japanese. Fuck you, no they don't. All of your games have been released in English. The first game to have dual audio was Hysteria, and there's no way in hell that game had more people playing in Japanese. Because here's the thing, is that you always hear the people that say, fuck you, fucked up, subs are always better. That is the vocal minority. Just because you hear the most of it doesn't mean there's actually more of it. It just means they're yelling the loudest.
Yeah, that is actually pretty true.
It's like with the Sonic fan base and stuff. The people you hear the most of are not the majority. It's like 10 to 20%. Most of the people that are playing it are either just shut up and play the game, or shut up and don't play the game. Get the fuck over your problems. Or mostly just the kids that play it, because again, it's still for kids. Either way, my point is that it's the vocal minority. So for Bandai Namco Europe to bullshit me like that pissed me the fuck off. And I was dealing with like 45 comments back and forth, like, why the fuck are you complaining? It's getting dubbed, it's coming out. What the fuck is your problem? The problem is that you're not promoting the game at all. You're not promoting your dub at all. These actors are fantastic. I know their track record. I want to hear them. What drugs are you? You're a month before launch and you're just now putting out... This is not you trying to promote the game's dub. This is you being ashamed of your dub and saying, oh, hey, it's a thing that exists, maybe, but don't pay attention to that. And what the fuck are you on? And I had a fucking fan. I'm gonna call this person out by name. I don't give a flying fuck. English song fan dubber Zoozbuh, Zoozbuh, was trying to call me out on my bullshit, saying stop complaining, it's getting dubbed. I have a right to complain when you have 7 Japanese trailers and 1 English cutscene video. There's a trailer now, but there wasn't at this point. Not a single actual trailer. Just 3 cutscenes. I'm not an editor, and I can do this. I can take 3 videos, slap them together, and call that a trailer. We've had 7 professionally edited trailers that tell a narrative in the Japanese version, but not a single one for English until a week ago. You're gonna tell me that's not a problem?
I could have edited a fucking trailer for them.
I'm getting lightheaded.
And it might not just be because of the heat in here. Although, to be fair, I should probably be turning on the overhead fan.
You're fine. I'm talking so much my eyes are going white.
A new record has truly been set here, folks. Brandon's become winded. But no, I think you are pretty much in the right on this one. People are... Yeah, the fact that they're not promoting this is a big problem, especially... Well, Brandon, remember, this is the same fucking... Hang on, we gotta talk about this for a sec. Let's bear in mind, these are the same fucking people that complain about Gundam not doing well in the West. It's because they don't fucking market it. You need to market your shit if you want it to sell. And you need to do it well. If they're not going to do it, then your shit's not going to sell.
Exactly.
It's not just going to magically fly under the radar and all of a sudden a million people start talking about it. No, it's a Tales game. This has been around for well over a decade now.
This series is 20 years old.
Yeah.
I think there's literally only been... No, yeah, since the first or second game, there's only been 2 mainline games, if that have not come out stateside.
Yeah.
So you can't say that it's the majority fan base is Japanese over English. That's just not true.
Okay, so for everyone who might know me, I go to school for professional film editing, and I just graduated, or I just finished school the other day. Yay me. So I know that for a fact that in film, marketing yourself is almost as important as your actual movie. You could say that games and movies are 2 different medias. They're really not. Not too much. You still have to advertise your shit if people want. If people want you to fucking buy it.
Especially considering that the video game industry is trying to become Hollywood nowadays.
No, it's actually outpacing Hollywood.
No, I mean they're trying. You get all this. That enemy just fell through the world.
It did.
You get all this shit nowadays with like professional movie and TV actors in your video games. You got your Kiefer Sutherland. You got your Kevin Spacey. You got there's so much more, but those are just the ones off. And you got all this so much shit where we're trying to promote quote unquote cinematic gameplay, cinematic storytelling.
Yeah.
You're trying to become a Hollywood. You're trying to become an interactive movie.
Yeah.
So they basically are one and the same now.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the video game industry actually does vastly outpace
Oh,
Hollywood
I know.
these days. It's funny because while I was in my portfolio class for film this year, we actually. I was the only one cutting shit for not only trailers but also for video games. I was the only one out of like everyone else who was doing like cinematography. I think there's more cinematography rules we talked about than actual fucking editing demo reels. Is weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was the only one talking about video games, and it was interesting because I was presenting an idea to class that no one had really talked about games before. I was actually selling people on Metroid Prime and Devil May Cry 4. I'm not kidding about that either. So. And then Sean was talking about, my teacher Sean and a bunch of other people talk about how games actually do make billions of dollars a year now as opposed to Hollywood, which does still make a good amount of money, but not as much.
Yep.
And then Sean cracked a joke someone cracked a joke that we're in the wrong industry. I'm like, I'm not. I'm in the right goddamn industry. We got way off topic with that one, but yeah, it needs to be said. Marketing is very much a thing that you need to do in your fucking games.
Back on the original track, though, it is downright shameful that the first clips of Berseria in English we got were not from any trailers or from the game itself, but from the Berseria preview episodes of Tales of Zestiria: The Cross.
I love Emilia.
Yeah, sorry. And yes, those episodes are fantastic. The actors in those... Wow, she's taking no damage. The actors in those episodes, Christina V, Ben Diskin, Monica Rial, Erica Lindbeck, they're all fantastic. But it's just I wanted to hear them first in the game before hearing them in the anime.
Yeah.
Because I know 1,000% for a fact that they recorded the game first. Almost definitely upwards of a year ago. And here's the funny thing about simuldubs is that they actually do record simuldubs on a week-to-week basis because they do that at the rate of Japan's production schedule.
Yeah.
Which is still animating the show while it's airing.
Huh.
Because I met Carrie Karanen at Saboten, the voice of Lila in Tales of Hysteria and The Cross, and she said she's so happy she's not actually in production because she sees the way that production and ADR and the engineers and editors have to scramble like hell to get to meet production deadlines for a show that actually goes up week by week.
Can I posit a bit of a conspiracy theory?
Sure.
I wonder if they're fucking up in their editing and production department.
Huh?
Hear me out. Okay, so get your tinfoil hats on, boys. I have an idea. So, we're talking about how this game was recorded well over a year ago, right?
Potentially.
2 years now, potentially.
Well, I'm gonna.
You said 2014.
That was for Hysteria. I'm talking about Berseria.
Okay.
Anywhere from 8 months to a year ago. Or more.
We saw how Xenoverse 2 looked with its sound mixing being shitty and a lot of audio glitching.
Did I tell you about the cutscene with Supreme Kai of Time and Beerus?
Yes, I've seen it. You showed it to me.
Yeah.
So, an idea, if you will. I wonder if they're shorthanded. I wonder if they're severely shorthanded and they have to delay all their shit. And they can't show anything because they have nothing to show.
Think
about it.
This isn't outside of the realm of possibility. Because remember, Storm 4 got delayed twice. Yes. And I don't know, Xenoverse 2 was never delayed, but they didn't reveal a launch date until it was either July or August by the time they revealed it was coming out in October. So
yeah, it
would have been a little too soon for a delay that, but it's always potentially possible that their shit gets. Because I'm trying to think any other high profile. I don't follow this. You do. Were there ever any delays on Dark Souls or 3 or whatever the one that came out last year was?
Not big delays that caused a ruckus. By the way, can you hold this for a sec? I need to go turn the fan on. Or at least the overhead.